Okay, I'm now going to show you how to use the page map just as a basic layout idea in Photoshop if you don't have Illustrator. So you just want to go ahead and open up a new document, 12 by 12 inch or the 8.5 by 11. I've already opened it right here. For those of you that haven't, you just go to Control New and change the inches and adjust it. You want the resolution to be 300. And 12 inch by 12 inch, and then just press OK and it will open. So here's my 12 by 12 inch. Now I'm going to just go ahead and place my PDF on top of it, my 12 by 12, and I'm just going to use it as a base for my layout. So for the most part, these shapes are pretty easy to make. They're just squares and rectangle, which you can do directly into Photoshop. You'll want to do each one on a new layer. This obviously might be a little bit harder if you don't have it, but you can grab graphics in LD and insert graphics here as a basic, or you can create like a circle. It doesn't have to be this exact shape. This is just meant to be as a basic map. So I'm going to go ahead and move this to the bottom, and I'm going to start by creating something that would be this shape. Since I'm going to do this really basic for those that may not have the tools, and I'm going to just create a circle here. And it can be if you want it to be an absolute circle and not elliptical, you're going to hold down Shift and create that as big as you want it. Make sure you're on the layer above so that it's on a new layer, and you just need to fill it, and it doesn't matter with what color. Just to make it easier to see, I'm just going to choose one of these colors here and press G for the gradient for the paint bucket. If you don't have G, or if you forget what it is, it's just this little image. You just want to make sure it's on the paint bucket, not the gradient tool, and you're just going to fill it. And then you're going to go ahead and you can move the circle to where you want it. We'll just kind of basically go over what we're doing here again as our basic layout, and then Control D to deselect it. You can change the opacity on this layer so that you can continue to see our page map underneath. And the next thing I'm going to go ahead and make is this strip right here using the rectangle marquee. I am going to, I want a new layer, right click on that little drop down, or Shift Control N, and then I'm going to use my marquee. You can also make a rectangle with the rectangle too as well, either way, and create my rectangle there. Again, I'm going to change the opacity so we can continue to see. And then you can create more rectangles using the rectangle tool right now, or you can use the marquee. And you create your additional layers here for the. You can change the color too, so it's easier to see. That might be better. And just go ahead and continue to make your shapes. Now this one might be a little bit harder. What you can do, what I would do, is create just a rectangle that I think looks about the right size. And then I would do Control T and just adjust it to go in the right place. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and right click and rasterize my shape layers. If you just did the marquee and filled in, you won't have to do this. You can see that circle underneath is already rasterized. Now I'm just going to copy one of these rectangles because I know it's the right size to fit over this. Just duplicate that layer by clicking on the drop down arrow menu right here. Duplicate that. And you want to bring it on top. We're going to have to move it above shape 4. Let me change again the opacity on this so these are easier to see. I just need to change the color actually, and then you're just gonna have to adjust the transform the Control T and just adjust it so that it's above the shape in the right way, the right angle. We'll make this easy. I'm going to merge my 3 photo shapes. I just press Control to merge those 3 layers, and you can click on the little drop down menu here and press Merge Layers. And I'm going to change those to white. So they're easy to see. And I'm going to go ahead and change each color. Just it doesn't even matter. Now you can take the opacity back up now that we've got the layers down. So this is a graphic from our Noteworthy graphic set. I'm not going to even bother to create that shape. This actually, rather than creating, we have several tabs that you could just grab from the site if you already own the set. I know a lot of the cooking images, so I just went ahead and typed in cooking, and there's several tabs like the Cupcake Sweet Shop, the Fruit Preserves. You can just get a tab from any of these. We'll go ahead and grab one of the Fruit Preserves ones. And just press Save and Open. And I only need to copy half of it since I'm not actually printing this out and using it. So I'm just going to copy the one half. So I created a marquee. Just press M and draw your marquee where you want it, and then Control C to copy it. Now go back to your layout and just, I'm going to go right above the circle. Click on the circle so it's above it, and paste. And it actually came in at pretty much the right size. So that will go right underneath there. And I'm going to fill all these. And we can go ahead and change the opacity on that too. Now, this is essentially, you know, the appropriate layout and how we want it set up. And now it's just a matter of filling it with the right papers. Okay, pretty much already did this in the other video, so you can watch the other video to kind of see the finished product, but I'll kind of show you what I'm kind of doing with this so you have an idea. But it basically is just a matter of copying, pasting, and filling with a clipping mask. So I already have brought my papers in. Gonna go ahead and select all and copy it. And this one goes at the very bottom. So just paste over that layer. Now we're covering our page map entirely. And then I'm going to use the chevron to go over the circle. Control Alt, Control Copy. Paste, Control V. And then right click, create clipping mask. It'll just fill that circle. Now I actually don't want this little piece of circle sticking out there, so I'm just going to click on that layer and take my marquee and cut it off there. So it's not showing up. Now I'm going to go ahead and fill in the rest of my papers and just press pause right now. Okay, now that you can see that I went ahead and filled in the rest of my papers, you can go ahead and create drop shadows just by clicking on the layer underneath the clipping mask paper. Okay, so just double click on the layer, select drop shadow. If you want to adjust the drop shadow, you can go ahead and actually click on that, and then the adjustment bars will come up. I'm also going to create an inner glow and switch that to color burn or linear burn, either or. And I'm going to change the color to a dark and then adjust the choke and the size and the opacity as well. So you can go ahead and do this on each layer. Again, I'm going to press pause to save time. Okay, you can go ahead and see that the drop shadows have been created, interglows have been put in. I also added the pictures. Now, if you want to make the pictures black and white, that's really easy. Just go to the little circle here on the layers menu, click on it, and just click black and white. Now, the only thing I'm going to do is put that underneath. If you just drag it underneath the layer, now we just need to drag it above again so that it becomes part of the clipping mask. Then all the photos will just be black and white. And you can adjust the black and white too if you don't like the way it turned out, just with the adjustments in the black and white right there. And now I just need to add my graphics and it will be done. And so I'm just going to go back to LD and grab my charmingly noteworthy graphics from the fall graphic set, as well as the charmingly noteworthy graphic set. First I'm going to grab the paisley, just press save, and that flower, and save, and you can open those up directly into Photoshop. Control all and copy. And then go back to your layout and paste it. And then right click and convert to smart object just to size it. And then get it to the size you want and just press enter. And then drag it to where you want it. And Control T again, and you can rotate it. And then just go ahead back to LD and grab the rest of your graphics. And I'm going to grab the little yellow note here from the noteworthy graphic set, as well as the You Are Loved image right there, and open up those. Okay, so you can see I pasted it. You may have to adjust the size. I'm going to move this underneath. Just click on that layer, and I just want to move it underneath actually the tab. And then you can adjust that where you want it. You'll probably want to write on your note before you've turned it. But for the most part, I just wanted to show you basically how you can put together the layout, and you can add any other embellishments that you want after it's printed out, or before it's printed out. You can do it digitally. But I hope you were able to learn something. Thanks so much.